Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. We're playing Standard. Sure, there's Shadow Remastered, blah blah blah, Shadows of Innistrad Eldritch Moon card coming soon, so Explorer action will be taking place on the channel soon enough as well. Nonetheless, before we jump into Explorer, I wanted to showcase this deck to you. We already worked on a similar version of this. I tried like a banned version that wasn't playing Fable. It was very similar to this one though. But nonetheless, I thought, hey, I really like this deck. I think it's actually really good too. So I wanted to make a video on it because just one thing, it's super fun to play for me. So I'm just enjoying playing this deck. And secondly, I think it's really good. So showcase it to you guys. And yeah, just I've put so much work on the Standard, and why not keep on sharing what I think is like good in the format, or what I found to be cool or good. And this is one of the yeah, most promising builds of domain I've played in since domain exists in Standard pretty much. This deck really is pretty consistent. It doesn't have that many mana issues, and just, you know, is good against a huge variety of the format, especially against the aggro decks. Why against the aggro decks? The white cards, pretty much. We have 8 cheap spot removal in this deck. Leyline Arms, funnily enough, we're playing 5 colors, I know, but it is pretty good. I mean, it won't be as good as in the white deck, of course, but you still, in the early game, you'll get the small creatures, and then, I mean, sometimes you have a pretty hefty planes draw, and then you get big stuff too. Like you have 7, 11, 15 planes in this deck. Herd Migration finds you planes. Contagious Vorrac finds you more planes if you need to. Yeah, so Leyline's Arms is just the best removal. Exiles, give them free life, who cares? Leyline Binding, I don't have to explain that card. The card is ridiculous. One of the reasons to go 5 colors. Played in Modern, Legacy, all the Eternal formats. Wandering Emperor and Depopulate are the 4 drops of choice. Those are just the best cards against the aggressive decks. Against Mono Red, there's nothing better you can do than a turn 4 Wandering Emperor. Depopulate just cleanly sweeps all the creature decks. So this deck is really good against creature stuff. Then we have some counter spells. Those help against the go bigger decks, against Fable of the Mirror Breaker decks like Jund or Grixis, of course, countering their Fable on turn 2, when you're on the draw especially. And then we have the free drops that sort of smooth out our draw. Fable, don't need to explain that card. And Contagious Vorrac, which has been a recent addition from Phyrexian V1. A free body is pretty good in this format. At least early on turn 3, blocks a lot of stuff, has to be killed to have the aggro decks get through it, and is like a nice value blocker or attacker against Grixis. And yeah, it fixes your mana. In the very late game, you can find a cycling land with it and then just draw a card, which, if mana is not an issue, this is like a free mana. Draw a card then. Creature, and it can also proliferate, which happens sometimes when you have Emperor out, or Fable to flip the Fable sooner if you want to. Yeah, so it does all types of things. Atraxa is the new big kill condition for this archetype. You know, I mean, this is just an insane creature. It has a lot of things you can find here. Leyline Binding and Leyline Arms, especially nice to find like a cheap removal when you have an additional 1 white available to yourself to then boom, clear out another attacker, so you don't really get out tempoed by a go for the throat or something. So yeah, Atraxa is just absurd. It's the best top end you can play in Standard, really. Herd Migration. Yeah, this card is just does everything you want to be doing. 2 mana, either get you a land, or late game makes you a huge army. Also gains you free life. This is a pushed card. I really like it. Main deck, we're playing 1 Otawara, 1 Boseiju, and some otherwise just a lot of basics. Karplusan Forest and Yavimaya Coast are just there to fix the mana. We needed more green to enable Herd Migration, because Herd Migration enables all our other colors. Same Vorrac also enables the other colors, so you want a lot of green. So basically a green-white deck for splash of like red and blue, and then we only play black for Atraxa and Domain. Sideboard, we're looking at Spell Pierce, Negate, Disdainful Stroke as more counter spells. Couple Destroy Evil, I mean, this card's just excellent, flexible, good against a variety of decks. Knockout Blow in here. Against Mono Red, of course. Could also see an unlicensed Hearse, but I don't have room right now for it. But that's a consideration. Reckoner Bankbuster, this is just the best thing against Grixis, I think, or against like other slower decks. Reckoner Bankbuster turn 2. It also gives you an artifact to find with Atraxa, which is neat. Loran, yeah, I mean, this card is one of the best white cards in the format. Really good against various decks that have a bunch of enchantments. And then Temporary Lockdown I found to be pretty nice. The original list played Ossification. The original list is actually from Naples, where the player top 32 to tournament. And then I took that and reworked it a little bit. The main deck is pretty much the same. They just had ossifications and Scythe in the sideboard, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. Ossification, you know, you do have a lot of basics, but sometimes you have hands where you can't cast it on turn 2, which is pretty awkward if you don't have a basic, right? You can't cast it. And Scythe, I think, is a lot worse than Reckoner Bankbuster against like the decks you want it against. And yeah, Temporary Lockdown I found with no ossification, there's also no anti-synergy. And this card just, you know, wipes away the toxic, the fast mono red starts, and also soldiers, of course. And even against Esper Legends, I found this to be useful. And yeah, I mean, Leyline Binding, it really doesn't hit anything in your deck besides like tokens, which is totally fine. So it's a great turn free play. You have a lot of white sources, of course, because we're base white. Yeah, honestly, like this deck, I was just trying it for fun, and then I just kept winning. I think I'm like 10-2 on the ladder right now. So yeah, just been enjoying the living heck out of it. Let's play some games, shall we? Okie dokie, we're gonna play. Yeah, this is perfect. We got a counterspell on turn 2 if you want to. Yeah, we gotta make a decision here, I suppose. Well, no, actually, I'll always play this on turn 2, at turn 1, and then I can make a decision next turn if I want to keep up the planes, to make this appear with the planes. The Spara's headquarters. Are we playing the mirror match? Well, yeah, now I'm just gonna play my red land. It's just blue-white. Okay. Yeah, against these other white mid-range decks, I felt pretty good because you do have the Atraxa stuff and you have counterspells too. But my opponent's going to have counterspells, so this is going to be an interesting matchup. Bankbuster, of course, would be pretty good here. Can't hurt to have that one. Interesting planes. Jumpstart. Ossification. Killing my poor goblin. Interesting. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. Honestly, I think I keep everything. I might want to get rid of Herd Migration. I think I like the counter spells. I like the Vorrac. Yeah, I could see getting rid of the Migration. Depop, that's not too good. Forest, I don't really need. I don't have double green in my deck. So I'll just take the Otawara. Okay. Yeah, my main deck is very focused on beating creature decks right now. With a lot of removal, like depops and stuff. Could go lower on that a little bit. I'm not too sure. Alright, interesting. Lots of 1/1s. More make disappear, jeez. Okay, I could attack here. If they block, I can Wandering Emperor plus. Yeah, why not? They really want to, huh? Interesting. I mean, don't know how I can really get punished. If they have like an owl, I suppose. That would be bad. Sarah Paragon getting a land back, I mean. Yeah. Celestials, that's fine. Late on arms, yep. I wish I had a Celestials, not gonna lie. Nah, these make disappears. I mean, I do have the Samurai tokens. So, do I destroy this Celestials? Or just chill on my Boseiju? I don't necessarily want to give them extra card selection here. Fiend's Tower, nice. The banned version of this deck that I played in the past. It's gonna kill my Emperor. Damn it. What do I do now? Kinda got punished for tapping. I didn't expect him to cast 2 very good cards here. or like 2 impactful cards. I was like, yeah, they're gonna cast 1, so I can Boseiju, but they did cast 2. So in hindsight, I would not have Boseiju'd, knowing that this would have happened. Yeah, this is not good for me. I guess I cycle here. Try to find a removal for the Seraph. I did find a removal for the Seraph. Good. Well, unfortunate part is that I will tap myself out. I guess I could have plussed on the Vorrac actually and just passed, but the Disappear doesn't count anything if I don't have a Samurai really. They're already at 7 mana. I'll pass the turn and see what happens. Another one. Okay. What are you gonna give that? Vigilance and lifelink? Interesting. Yeah, I'll probably just gotta go for this. I'm missing card velocity. I'm missing something like Bankbuster. Maybe I have too much removal in the deck and I need more like card draw. Bankbuster is a bit of a slow card. Oof. Yeah, okay. Now, like, I'm not supposed to lose the late game to anyone, right? But I'm kind of losing the late game to them right now. So I just drew a bunch of early game stuff. But imagine I would have just drawn, I don't know, like, yeah, remove counter spells, removal like later on arms. I have a lot in my deck, so probably gotta go low on the removal, or more, you know, like Bankbuster in the main deck perhaps. All right, one thread at a time. Fable in itself isn't card advantage either. Companion. Like, Fable is card advantage, but it doesn't like draw me extra cards, and most decks have a bunch of removal in the deck anyways. So they're just gonna kill the goblin, right? And then Celestials could help, but that dies to a Braid. But Celestials, yeah, maybe I'll play one of Celestials. Not a Vorrac. Are we actually getting there with these Vorracs? Opponent's gotta be flooding, or sitting on counter spells. Maybe they're sitting on Make Disappear. Okay. Technically have all the colors for Atraxa, so it doesn't really matter. I'll take a headquarters and pass. What do you got? A cycling land? No. Destroy evil for that. Oof. Oof. That means this thing will be a 5/4. And that will cost 6 mana at that point? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, my Vorracs are not getting there. Fable. And Swamp. So I could Depop. Or I could just play Fable. Do nothing else. They go to 10 and then attack for 9. Question is also, do I want to Depop and then play Fable, but walk into something like a Make Disappear? I guess if they have Make Disappear, they're going to counter this anyways. No. Interesting. Well, then I'll just play Fable. guess they were just waiting for Atraxa, huh? Alright. I should have considered that, but they were waiting for Atraxa. It's pretty obvious. And then I could have played it, like, I could have played a Fable here. No. Nah, now I lost the game. 36 cards deep, huh? Alright, we have a chance, maybe. Okay, that's bad. It's gonna get back a 1-1. Draw a card. Alright. Not gonna resolve, huh? Yeah, make this appear pretty good against my deck. Something like Memory Deluge is a card I could play as well to have that extra card advantage. Would be really good against make disappear decks or counter decks in general. Also good against Grixis. The issue with that card though is that I don't have that much blue. Wow. Alright, I'm done. I mean, I could draw Atraxa here, I guess, but this is just brutal. Getting destroyed here. My sweet deck! Mono white is not supposed to have counterspells. Yeah, I'm just playing too much removal. Like, my creature matchup is insane with the list I'm running currently. But like these matchups, I like it. This matchup is a lot worse if I have all this removal in my deck. I don't need all this stuff, for example. Definitely want the Bankies, want the Lorans, want the Destroy Evils. Then the question is, how many counterspells do I want? I'm not the biggest fan of Make Disappear. Definitely a fan of the Stroke. Spell Pierce. Can do some work, but it's also late game bad, and the games go really long. Temporary Lockdown. Just against this deck, it's tough to have Lockdown. I mean, Leyline Binding, they all are pretty bad against the enchantment removal. Oh, look, I have different artworks of Negate. Professional at work. I think I'll keep all Emperors. Emperor isn't the best card against mono white, but it is sort of like, I think out of my deck, it kind of does what I want to be doing. Put pressure on, have an instant speed threat against their counter spells. Yeah. My configuration is lacking card draw, really. This hand is good. I have turn 2 binding, technically. Yeah, my configuration really is lacking card draw. Maybe I can get away with Memory Deluge. This deck could play Memory Deluge. It would really solve the issue of running out of gas in the mid game. All right. Yeah, I think I'll play Bankbuster. Like, Loran is good no matter what. Okay. Fable it up. Put my opponent under pressure. Can also Vorrac proliferate on the Bankbuster. Yeah, Loran is a scary card against my deck. Loran is really good. Classification, sure. Vorrac number 2. I don't mind it. Just gonna play this final land. Nice. Pass. Alright, this is a good spot. Stonebrain. You want to name Atraxa, huh? I think that's fine. Like, looking at what I have Vorrac, I have a Kiki, I have a Bankbuster in play. I'm not gonna need it. I won't need Atraxa in this game. They're down to 4 cards. All I have is already good enough. They named Leyline Binding? Okay. That's surprising. Leyline Binding. Okay. I don't care that much, I guess. At least not right now. There's Atraxa, let's go. I wonder if I should get frisky with the Bankbuster here. Take attack for 7. I think that's a good idea. Just be aggressive. Like my opponent is... I have a Negate in hand. Next turn I play Vorrac plus Negate. Huge board position. Okay, what do you got? You kill the Kiki, sure. Alright, alright. Alright, fine, I'll counter. So I can Atraxa. At that point. Probably winning this game. Cool. I guess I'll discard the Vorrac. Huh. Crew here. Attack for 6. They can't cast Farewell, they only have 4, so I don't have to play around that. They might have Depopulate, I guess, but I'm gonna be fine against Depop with a full hand and all that. Emperor, Disdainful Stroke, Atraxa, and Plains. Okay. Alright, this was a good showcase of what the deck is capable of. Anything new? So they have Stonebrain, they have Loran. Loran is really the scariest card. Loran, Bankbuster, those are pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I guess I could bring in Spell Pierce on the draw. Is Destroy Evil even that good? I haven't seen any vettings. They must have vettings, right? Maybe I don't know, honestly. Maybe make this appears better than Negate. It's so difficult to say. Like these, I think the game ones are gonna go very long, but the pre-board games are maybe more about early board advantage. And like not as many land drops are being made. Really about the early game. So I like Spell Pierce to counter, like I have a lot of tap lands, so Spell Pierce works well with all the tap lands. Opponent capped, I have a hand without planes. But with a Fable turn free. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Good card. Maybe you just want 3 Lorans in the sideboard for mono white. I thought the matchup is already good, so you don't need it as much, but maybe I'm wrong. The matchup just could be even better. Like the matchups, like against the blue version, just seems a bit difficult when I can counter your stuff. And having more Loran can't really hurt. But you also don't mind Bankbuster that much, I guess, because you do have a powerful late game yourself. So if they draw cards and don't attack you, it's like fine. They have Loran. Pretty good. Gonna use my Emperor here. Is that actually a good idea? If I use my Emperor, they can just crew the Bankbuster and attack my Emperor. It's a risky move. Pretty risky move. Nah, I think I'm fine with the trade. All right. Another Loran killing the treasure. Interesting. Oh, really? Okay, well, go ahead.
Now you've done it. Strike faster.
Maybe they were hoping I didn't see that. They had the Bankbuster, I don't know. Maybe just fine letting that die. Because they have Sarah. No, Eternal Wanderer. Okay, good one.
Thank you for your help. We've got the edge in this fight.
A lot of 7 drops. I was wishing for a Leyline Binding here. Hoping, I guess is what you say. Raffine's tower, I guess. Now I kind of have to hope to resolve this Atraxa. But they have the board advantage now, so... They, yeah, can just keep up counter magic. Do they have the board advantage? They have a slight, yeah, I mean, now they definitely have the board advantage. Needed, like... Yeah, I needed stuff there, I needed cheap removal, I don't know. And Leyline Binding would have been perfect. I just keep up. I guess I'll just start slamming stuff and hope it works. The herd migration is pretty bad against the Eternal Wanderer, though. It's funny. No. Have 3 Atraxa. I'll just play 1. They likely have to make this appear. Oh no. Okay. Well, now I feel pretty good about this game. Loran, Fable, Destroy Evil, Boseiju. This I have 10 cards. Would have to discard 3 of them. I could just choose less and leave them in my deck. What's my next turn gonna be? So the Atraxa is a must kill. Yeah. Lay Down Arms almost kills it. If they lay down arms that, I have 7 mana. I can play Fable and Emperor. Play a tap land. Do I need the Boseiju? How many cards in my hand do I need? I could just discard both migrations. And the land, I guess. Alright. I guess that's smart here. I have to discard more. Destroy Evil for my Atraxa. Pretty good. What do I do? Three cards in hand. Discard Fable? Is that correct? I honestly don't know, but I just like all the other stuff. Could have discarded Boseiju. God damn it. That was a pretty rough Atraxa. I had to discard 4 cards. I don't think I'm winning this game. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Just drawing so many cards. Negate. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just have to find Leyline Binding. They drew a counter, huh? Yeah, I ain't winning this game. Locked out by Sanctuary Warden plus Wanderer. I just didn't have it in the cards, right? Like I had a hand with like double Atraxa, double Hurt Migration. If any of those would have been a counterspell for the Wanderer at least, this game would have probably been easy. But yeah, just it wasn't in the cards. I just had a bad draw in that regard. I had a good early game, I didn't have the late game punch. Yeah. But I didn't have the interaction that I needed in this particular game. Leyline Binding would have helped a lot too. We saw a lot of cards. Well, GG. On the draw, interesting. I mean, we're one land away from hitting double Vorrac. I kind of like the odds of that. We have Hurt Migration and 26 lands in total. It's like we're playing against soldiers. There's our third land. No, not soldiers. Maybe Esper with Frontliner. Okay. Well, we have our Depop, which is very good here. Talia's a pretty annoying one. There she is. Luckily I have the answer. Yeah, Skrill plus Talia is tough. Makes all your stuff more expensive. Get those temporary lockdowns in the sideboard for this matchup. Sadly, no play here. The opponent also misses their third land. Raffine. Yeah, of course. Of course. Always got it on turn 3. It's Esper. It's funny. I swapped out the Depop for Memory Deluge just to have some more velocity, and we get paired against Esper, of course, where Depopulate is great. Good old control problems. Make changes to your deck, get paired against a deck where your change is actually not wanted. Yoti and Frontliner. Yes, it's discard fodder for Connive. That's the reason there. Interesting. Just want more 1-drops for Raffine. It's colorless too. Whoa, Skrelf getting in there. It's aggressive. The mana is not quite good enough to make Drag to the Bottom work. Unfortunately, that card goes around Plaza of Heroes. Card is really good against Esper. But yeah, I mean, double black in a deck where you're trying to do... I mean, theoretically, you could build this deck completely differently without the laydown arms, without the Emperors, without the Depops, and then just splash white for Atraxa and Leyline Binding, and then you have a black base with like cut down and stuff. Okay, it's interesting. So we have like a soldier Esper deck. I don't know what's going on. And yeah, you could do that theoretically, but you know, a cut down is a lot worse than laydown arms. So. Yeah, opponent not playing into a sweeper, unfortunately. Maybe they even have an air tie. A Depop here, it's gonna set them back a good amount. I probably have to. There's no way around it. I could lay like a random free draw, but I think the Depop is still good here. They have to sack a Plaza to protect the Raffine. Then they're left with like Freelance, Raffine. If I draw late on arms off the top, I'm in good shape. Yeah, I mean, you win more games against Esper the more cheap 1 mana removal you draw. That's for sure. That's where those shine, right? Leyline Binding and late on arms are just insanely good against Esper. And I found this matchup to be pretty good. But Esper is a strong deck. I mean, with counter spells on the sideboard, Disdainful Stroke, Esper is just a powerhouse of a deck, so. This is a really interesting version. I mean, I completely get destroyed by that card, of course. I don't know why my opponent did think about that so long. That was an easy counter spell there. We're just playing against a soldier deck that has Raffine in it. Okay. Alright. 4, 6. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Soldiers with Raffine. I mean, they also have Valiant Veteran, which is a card you can discard for value. This card is not very good, though. I don't know. I guess it's decent with Skrelv. It's like a white Shieldred. If it sticks, you win. It's just so much worse, though. I'm not dead. They could have killed me there. 3, 4, 8, 12. They had 3 more spells, but they didn't. Just pass the turn again. Play around the sweeper. I got nothing. Alright. Alright. Good beats. Definitely want the lockdown. Depop. Don't like the counters. This seems like a really rough matchup. Fast, aggressive, and counter spells in the main deck already? Blah. Destroyable is good against some stuff, but not against Raffine and Denriall, I guess. But like, shows you how insanely broken Raffine is that this deck is just splashing for it. The choices are all medium. Could just play Make Disappear. Maybe Bankbuster is fine on the draw. Like, it's so bad for lockdown too. Like on the play, I can at least crew it and have a pretty good blocker. Maybe. Unlikely. Memory Deluge expensive. Pretty bad against Talia. Loran is good against Skrelv, but that's pretty much all we saw so far. Yeah, I just play Make Disappear, I guess. Damn it, the clunky tank, the big machine, being overrun by fast deck. Although my opponent had a very, very nice draw there, and I didn't have any of my 1 mana removals. So here we have a Leyline on 2. It's a nice mountain giving us 4 different basics types. Man, yeah, Drag to the bottom is a good bit better than Depop, that's for sure. Could just play a tap land. Probably just want to have the ability to Leyline their 2-drop. I hope it's not a Talia. Okay, nice. Everyone agrees that that was actually nice. We're on the same page. Fable in this deck is pretty good. The ability to make extra mana is quite important here. 5 cards in hand, pass with 2 mana up, could be Resolute Reinforcements. Kind of like my entire hand, honestly. Not sure about the Depopulate, but I think it's gonna be good. At some point. I mean, I also need black mana. Maybe I just ditch these two, try to dig a little deeper. Okay. Alright. Opponent does not seem to have Resolute Reinforcements. Don't think I care about the front liner that I have to lay down arms it. Alright. Yeah, that is kind of good here. I think this card is just so bad, but you got it, opponent. You got it. Do I attack or do I not attack? Getting another treasure will allow Atraxa to come down next turn. But it will also mean I lose my goblin. Not even sure if I'm gonna... I think I'll just kill this, make my land drop here. Guess I get a plains. I mean, black, literally, like I need swamp, right, for domain, technically, but plains seems more important with laid on arms, and I have the treasure to make me black, so I think I'm gonna be okay. Good double block. Bit risky. Probably too risky. Emerald doesn't really do much here. I'm just a free for that mid 1/1 now. It's not that crazy of a 4-drop. Okay. How about I lay down arms? If they do Plaza, I respond with Wandering Emperor. Nah, what do you think? Doesn't feel so good to trade your 4-drop for my 1-drop, does it? You gotta tap yourself out to keep that thing. Alright. Now I gain 2 life and you gain no life. No later. I was proposing peace, but you didn't want to take it. Just attack Goblin here, so I protect my Emperor. And we have plenty of mana to play Atraxa, and they kind of have to play to the board now. Because yeah, they're losing to my board. Oops. Yeah, good old onboard stuff. You sometimes mess it up. No 2-mana removal. Sorry, 2-mana counter. Let's play Atraxa first, I think. Yeah. Lay down. Wandering Emperor. Binding. Vorrac. The swamp. Sure, I guess, why not? So now I can copy Goblin, attack both. Yeah. And I still have the Emperor to use, which I guess I'll pop this Goblin up. Oh, they've had enough. That's fair. Destroy evil, huh? How many do you have of these? I had them both games now. I think it's just a 1 or 2 of, but maybe they play more. Should I just bring and make this Destroy Evil? Maybe. I'll try it. Make this appear a bit worse on the draw. Talia is really the scary card in this matchup. Talia is so good against my deck. But I mean, on the other hand, I do have a lot of cheap removal, so either I hit the main early or I have laid on arms. I should get rid of Talia. Skrelv into Talia is where it gets troublesome. I don't necessarily. I mean, the draw here against Talia is kind of decent, though. I think I keep this because if they go Talia, I just go Vorrac on turn 3. If they have the complete nuts, then I'm in a bit of trouble. Like if they have Talia into Raffine, yeah, that's a problem, I suppose. They do have the Talia. Get me a mountain with the migration. No Raffine. Yeah. Oh. Are they gonna name Vorrac? Ugh. That is awkward. That is a really good 1-2 punch as well. Anointed Peacekeeper. Talia into Anointed Peacekeeper has to be second worst thing they could have done. Okay, naming Binding. Now I can Vorrac. Is that correct from you? Interesting. Vorrac seems so good here. Interesting. I mean, Binding I could have cast as well. Vorrac like deals with your board pretty well. You know, you can't attack anymore. Okay. Play another Vorrac. I choose this one. Thinking about want to make lay down arms as good as possible, and I think I want to make it as good as possible. I mean, I do have. Maybe I should just play this. They just conceded. All right. Well, yeah. Playing 3 colors has a downside, doesn't it? Missing 1. Peacekeeper, really cool card. I was considering it for Esper Legends as well, instead of Wedding Announcement, perhaps. I think it's just it's so much better against like everybody because it's like a card that's never really terrible. Well, Wedding Announcement is sometimes just too slow against the aggressive decks and so on out of Esper Legends, but yeah, it's a lot worse against Grixis. It just trades with their 3/2s and 3/3s and runs into Brothers and a Braid and stuff, and yeah, Wedding Announcement is OP against Grixis, we all know that. Alright. On the play, very nice. No, I can't keep that. I can keep this though. Guess I just bought him the Yavimaya Coast. This looks good. I love Vorrac. Oh, I love the card. It's so decent. It's so good. Really improved this deck a lot. Are we playing as Grixis? 76%, maybe some Wild Brew. No, Grixis. Yes, alright. Good showcase of the matchup. Yeah, I have Make Disappear, which is cool, but I think I just gotta play Vorrac there. Missing land drops, you know. Get to the board. If they attack me, I'm not gonna block. Because I don't want to enable the Corpse Appraiser just like that. Yeah, I'll take it. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, pass the turn. All the tap lands are rough, right? But they're really mitigated by the effect of your 1-mana removals. So, Leyline Binding and Lay Down Arms mitigate the drawback. Okay, I'll take it. They bind the Abrade, which is interesting, to say the least. There's the Lay Down Arms. 1 turn too late, kinda. But it's okay. I'll just use it for the Kiki next turn. Guess that's good anyways. I'll take it. Alright, I'll play an Emperor. Probably gonna get countered. A little bit of a cat and mouse game here. At this point I'm giving away a little bit that I have a counter spell in my hand. Because why wouldn't I do this in my main phase? In their attack step, you know. Interesting. Does that change my play here? Well, I certainly got to lay down arms this Kiki. And at that point I'll probably just pass again with either Make Disappear or Emperor up. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. I think at this point I can't afford to keep up counter magic any longer, I think. I just gotta make some value here. Kill that goblin with my 2/2. Hope they don't have Invoke. If they have Invoke, I mean, they're gonna draw 2 here. I lose my Emperor. It's not the worst in the world. But it would be, yeah, not optimal. Alright. Yep. Depop. Alright, let's go with Fable. 3 cards in hand. I'm at 7. Pretty low on life, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. The one thing with this deck is where I don't really know where it's at, is the Grixis matchup. I haven't faced it before, really. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, that's how it is. I just played like 15 matches of this deck already, but I haven't faced one Grixis. Yeah. My opponent might be at 76%, but so far they kind of maneuvered around my stuff pretty well. Credit where credit is due. Couldn't never really make disappear them, and then when I tapped out, they used to Invoke Despair. Didn't just blindly slam it. Whoa, whoa, my opponent threw away a shield while I'm at 4 life? What the heck? Okay. Alright, pretty good stuff. Grixis the Machine. Yeah, I'm at 2, huh? I'm at 2. I have 2 blockers though, and I can find We can find a Leyline Binding here. Or an Emperor, maybe. Is it also good enough? Or Herd Migration also works, yeah. Taking that, taking this, and taking a plates. Interesting. Leyline Binding, I would have appreciated there, not gonna lie. Yeah. I guess I could technically just Memory Deluge. Maybe I should have done that first. Yeah. And just find me the thingy. I also have a Atraxa in play, so that gains me a bunch of life. Yeah, maybe I'll just go to free. I like that. Let's not waste any time. Am I winning this game? I must have a go for the throat, right? Sack blood? No? Okay. Attack? Yeah, I have a go for the throat. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just play the Vorrac. Play around, make disappear. They have a removal for the Kiki as well. No. Sanus launch discard. So your cards are better than 3 mana cycle? Interesting. Do I just make a copy in the end step here? Super, like if I make a copy here in my own end step, I would have it as a blocker for the Bankbuster, right? But if they have a spot removal, I lose against... But I guess they kind of showed me that they don't have spot removal by letting a Kiki resolve. Maybe I should have just copied. Invoke the Spear kills me. No, it doesn't actually. I have an enchantment. Never mind. I think now I copy. No, they drew in a braid, really? Oh, god damn it. They drew a go for the throat. Okay. Now Invoke kills me again? Come on. They must have drawn it, right? God. So I needed to do it in the end step. I wouldn't have done... God, yeah. They didn't have a stop. They just drew to go for the throat. So if I do it in the end step, then they can't... No, I guess they can still invoke kill me, because they can just kill the Kiki and then invoke me, and then I have a second creature, lose 4. Alright. Depop, nope. Loran, yes. Bankbuster, yes. Make disappear. Negate. Spell Pierce. Couple laydowns can go, I guess. Maybe don't want 4 of those. Could perhaps cut a land here in this matchup. It's really grindy. I used to cut Otawara, But now I'm not so sure anymore because with Memory Deluge I have a double blue card in my deck. Ah, my sweet domain deck. Just not good enough, huh? I was crushing with it. You should have. I streamed this deck when I first tried it. I went like 9-1. I was so hyped about it. But now I think I'm losing. Like I lost already twice recording for this video, and now playing Grixis. Missed a 76%. Easily beating me, so I don't know. Bankbuster and Spell Pierce. Their own Bankbuster? No, a Blood Type. A Blood Type. Thinking about what land to play there. Yeah. That I will just Loran. Do I keep up Spell Pierce here? I guess. Playing Taplands is nice too, though. It's an interesting decision point. Maybe you don't keep it up. Cut down? No way. What? Why is that card in your deck? That doesn't make any sense. Cut down. Now they have a Corpse Appraiser. No? Okay. Don't care about that thingy. I assume they ever make disappear. They were definitely thinking there. I'll block. Now we can play around and make disappear. Memory Deluge would truly be incredible in this situation. Maybe you just gotta have more of those. I mean, Grixis can't answer that card cleanly. That's just so nice about it. I could have done this in response to the Harvester, I guess. But honestly, if they tap out for Make Disappear to counter, I can just slam the Herd Migration, so I don't mind the counter spell. I can Make Disappear, or Disdainful Stroke, or whatever.
Keep watch for intruders.
I think I'm just gonna cycle main phase. Do I? Maybe just pass. I could also play this land and then try to make all the land drops up to 9 so I can play around Make Disappear better. But nah, I'm just gonna cycle. I have Fables, Vorracs, Bankbusters to draw into. I have the board advantage as well, so I don't need to like, yeah, do anything really. They played that, okay. Kind of telling me that they don't have more lands in hand, because I don't think they would play that if they had more lands in hand. Or other lands.
Show them
Rather.
how we greet our enemies.
Assume they're just sitting on Invoke. They don't want to fire it off, afraid of a counter. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Sure. Unusual removal choices. Vortex, Infernal Grasp. Haven't seen those in a while. Bankbuster. Is that better than Herd Migration? Herd Migration is not that great against specifically a Negate or a Disdainful Stroke, but otherwise it's good. So like against Make Disappear is good, so I'm just gonna try Herd Migration here. Well, pay for that. Okay, nice try, opponent. Put a counter, so I play around Brotherhood Scent a little bit.
We've got the edge in this one.
It's really the only card that can beat this. Yeah, that one not that good here. I still have 15 power, 13 power. Alright, I concede. Nice. Good, 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 good. Huh. Loran looked excellent. Just outgrinded my opponent. They didn't have Fable, to be fair. That card is pretty good, I've heard. Maybe I want to have more Make Disappear on the draw here. Maybe instead of an Emperor. Lay Down Arms. I'm not so sure about the Lay Down Arms. It's like the trades with things, but you really don't want to spend your removal on any of the stuff they have. You have to spend it on the Goblin Shaman and the Kiki, but you much rather spend the counter spell. You do have Leyline Binding as well. Maybe I can get away with this. Maybe I'm supposed to board out more Emperors. Maybe that's just... Or like a Herd Migration, I guess I could cut. Yeah. This hand looks pretty good. I like it. All my colors. Make Disappear and Fable. This is just... the good old Grixis start. The Grixis start, because this is pretty much what Grixis can also do. Make Disappear into Fable. Maybe I should play Grixis again. Just get a feel for what it is like to play the best deck. Is Grixis the best deck? I don't know. Grixis is very strong. I think it's much stronger when people are less prepared for it. That is definitely true. I'm gonna make this. Yeah, I think I do. I want to play Fable on an empty board. It's so much better than playing Fable into a Harvester. Whoa, what do I not want? I have 3 cards in hand? I kind of like the lands. Maybe I don't want the lay down. Could do like this. just do this, kill the goblin, attack. I should have attacked the goblin first, just to play around spell pierce or cut down. That was a bit loose sequencing. And see what they have. I really like Leyline Binding on goblin, just as much as I like ossification on goblin, because it means that you're insulated against the first invoke despair at least. This got just one, alright. Bloody Harvester. And a Banky Boy, okay. I can cast Atraxa here, which I'm gonna do. They will likely eat up my goblin, but, you know, like, resolving Atraxa is everything. Don't care about the goblin. And this is where you really see the version with red shine, because the version without red doesn't have Fable, doesn't have the goblin to have these type of draws, where you just go turn 5 Atraxa. Yeah, so Fable just alone because of the goblin making the treasures is just so good in this deck. Look at the value here. What is this? Jesus Christ. I can choose either one of these enchantments. I'll go with the binding. Draw 6, no big deal. Discard land and herd migration. Yup, no big deal. Opponent's still playing. Love the fighting spirit here. Bonus vortex. Yeah. I guess I'll just block. The Kiki isn't doing much here. There's a blue mana. What do I do? I think I just start with Loran. Yeah. Destroy that. Pass the turn. Then Leyline Binding end of turn. The Banky Boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm not slamming Atraxa. I can tell you that much already. Just gonna play it slow. Bankbuster. Okay. Play this. Emperor is... yeah, it's a pretty good magic card. Just the flexibility in the card is just insane. Yeah, opponent just gives up. I can just keep on making land drops or Leyline Binding the Bankbuster at this point. They are in a pretty bad spot. That was a 5-color domain, still a work in progress, a little bit of a fun project of mine that I think is rather playable. Cards that stand out that I should maybe try more is like Memory Deluge, Loran, the amount of counter spells, that's all interesting. There's honestly so many varieties you could go. I was just thinking you could technically also do like a blue-white control deck that just plays all these lands, right? Jetmir's Gardens, Tower, Spara's Headquarters, then plays Leyline Binding and Lay Down Arms, and just, you know, Depop, Memory Deluge. You have cheap, efficient removal, but also the Memory Deluge to beat Grixis, and then the Depop and Emperor, and maybe knockout blows in the sideboard to beat the creature decks. Technically, maybe something to explore. But yeah, when you're already playing all these duels, you can just go 5 color, you can just play 5 color domain after all, and have some fun with resolving Atraxa and stuff. Yeah, this deck is pretty sweet. I made some small changes. I'm probably going to tweak it more and more. You can always go on my Untapped. It's down in the description where you can check all the decks I'm working on. I have it public now. I don't have it public when I'm testing for the Pro Tour or any big tournament, but I have it public again because, you know, there's not going to be a big tournament for a while. So you're going to see my Explorer testing for the Explorer qualifier, for example. That's going to be in 2.5 weeks. Stuff like that. Everything there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I see you in the next one. Bye-bye.